Dear friends, we are standing here in Montreal in the very, very cold weather, Arctic freezing cold, and Erev Shabbat, the portion is Vayechi. And I wanted to do a little experiment with you to tell you what the message of this portion is, and really for every one of us. I have here with me a cup of very hot water. Look what happens when I take this water in this very cold weather, minus 20 something degrees, and I throw it into the air. Did you see what happened? Water turned immediately, transformed, and changed to mist. And in this portion of Vayechi, there's a very important question. Jacob is in Egypt, he's dying, and yet we call the portion Vayechi, he's alive. How can we say he's alive? So before Jacob passed away, he gathered his children, his grandchildren, and he started to talk to them, and he saw that these were people who were still dedicated to the living of Torah and mitzvahs. They were dedicated to continue the traditions, the values, everything they learned in the faith. They learned from Jacob, who learned this from his father Isaac, and his mother and his grandparents, Abraham and Sarah. And when he saw that they're ready to continue, and they've incorporated all of these ideas into their lives, and even in Egypt, which Egypt was a very cold place spiritually, idol worship, black magic, sorcery. It was a terrible place to hold on to the true values and faith of Judaism. But when he saw that this is what they're committed to, and all the great actions that he had done while living in Egypt, setting up a yeshiva and a school system where kids will learn Torah, and they kept Shabbos and did everything the way they were supposed to do it, Jacob realized that just like this cup of water transformed, he transformed Egypt. He brought warmth into Egypt. He was changing the atmosphere alone where he had lived. And he was sure now he can die in peace, because whatever he lived for will continue to live. And if whatever he lived for lives, then he continues to live. And this is the story of us Jewish people. Being cold is not about cowering and going away. Being cold allows us to look for the heat, the warmth of Torah, the warmth of community, the warmth of doing a mitzvah, the warmth of the Shabbat candles. And when we bring that into our home, we bring the warmth inside of us, which holds us through all of the most difficult situations. But more importantly, it inspires us to greatness, to become what we truly can become. So I love you all. May God bless every one of you. And as we usher in the new year, the secular new year, let it bring with us a renewed spirit of warming up our own selves, our home, our environment, the outside, the atmosphere. And I want to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom, and may God bless you. Shabbat time in Canada, Montreal, is 4 p.m.